XFM. I'm talking to Krist Novoselic from Nirvana. It's the 20th anniversary reissue of In Utero, out on the 23rd of September here in the UK. Krist, thank you so much for chatting to me today. First off, does it really feel like 20 years?
Pinch me. Has it been 20 years? My, how time flies. I guess it feels like what 20 years feels like, but I'm excited about the reissue and the music, and I'm great to be talking about it today.
So do you remember how you felt when it was released all those years ago?
Yeah, it was nice to have a new record out, and we put a lot of work into it. And at the time, there were some new songs for us, and there were some older songs. And it was a new record. We went out on tour, and we played for the people. And we were a rock band, and we gave people a rock show.
So looking at this this reissue, I mean, it's an astounding compilation of different things which have been being released to mark this 20th anniversary. How much input did you have into putting together this kind of collection?
Well, thanks for those kind words, Cynthia. I had a lot of input with it. We went through the archives, and I spoke with Dave Grohl about it and some management label folks on what we wanted to do. So we remastered the original record. We remixed the original record, and then we found these tidbits, things in the vaults here and there, and things we didn't even, songs we didn't even know existed. We uncovered, and we put it together for the 20-year anniversary reissue.
And is there anything in particular that's in this reissue that you are really excited about?
I think so. Like, there's the song Serve the Servants, and there's a different guitar solo than what people are used to hearing. And there's like different, in the mixes, we try to change them. See, but there wasn't really a lot to change in the mixes because we didn't work on it on a computer at all. There was no clicking or dragging, no Command C, press Command V. How you do with computers these days. We weren't on hold with customer support for like 20 minutes trying to redo the record. Anyway, but it was done on tape. That's my point, is we remixed it with Steve Albini. He recorded and mixed the original record, and we did it on tape. And so we didn't want to manipulate it too much, but we at the same time, we wanted to give it a fresh sound for ears 20 years on.
And that was done at Abbey Road, is that right?
It was mastered at Abbey Road.
And did you come over for that?
No, I didn't come over for that. The United Kingdom has always been so good to Nirvana and myself. I was in the UK about 5-6 months ago with Dave Grohl, and he had his Sound City film and the Sound City Players, and we played in London. And that was great. I hadn't been in London in like 6-7 years.
One of the things you mentioned was the kind of new instrumental track. Well, it's not new, but not heard before track, which is track listed as Forgotten Tune on the reissue. Can you give us anything about the backstory of that? Do you remember when that was recorded and why it never has seen the light of day until now?
It just got lost in the shuffle. I'm like, what's this? It just said like track 3 or something on the tape box, and we put it on. I was like, what the heck is this? Wow, it was a song that we were putting together, and these reissues are for fans, right? The fans love to hear all these little tidbits, and so if there's something new that hasn't been heard before, that hasn't been all over the internet or traded with bootleggers, that's always a cool score, because a lot of times those great fans, they beat us to it. And so this time we got one up on them. We got one, and so it's just like, it's an instrumental tune, and it was still being developed, and it's like part of it's an old Nirvana riff. It's probably from like '87 or '88. That I can recognize that about it. And so then they're asking me, well, what's this song called, Chris? I'm like, well, I don't remember. It's so like, well, what do you want to call it? And I go, well, let's call it Forgotten Tune. That way we don't like read anything into it, right?
Well, I can't wait to hear it all. What's it like for you now, listening to the album? Is it, being as well, of course, it must be very emotional, being that it was the last Nirvana album.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, and it's a heavy record. I'm really proud of it. It's really good, and it is a testimony to the artistic vision of Kurt Cobain. And you listen to that record and the intensity and that power, and that is a tribute to Kurt's vision. He was a great artist, and he was a great painter. He could do sculpture. He did like comics, and he was a great songwriter, great guitar player. And so that's who this record's for.
So the 20th anniversary reissue of In Utero out on the 23rd of September. Krist, it's been such a pleasure chatting to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nita.